tired soldier and a young boy are traveling through a desert. The soldier carries a map stored inside a bottle. Their water has run out, the sun is brutal, yet they keep walking. These two are characters from a novel called Conquistador. But this scene is not happening in reality. It is happening inside the mind of a writer named M, who is writing the ending of this novel. In M's story, the soldier spots a circle on the ground, a sign that they are close to their destination, but the bottle's opening is blocked, and the map cannot be retrieved. A dark thought crosses the soldier's mind: use the boy's skull to smash the bottle open. But before he can act on it, M experiences something strange. He senses the presence of his mother, who passed away long ago. He drifts into old memories, her photographs, a hotel card. Seeing all of this, a decision comes to him. He travels to Bilberry Woods, an old hotel in rural Ireland. This is the very place where his parents spent their honeymoon. Arriving at the hotel, he meets Fergal, the groundskeeper, who uses a crossbow to shoot goats because they climb on cars and cause damage. Inside, an elderly man is telling two children the story of a witch who captures lonely travelers, puts them under a spell, chains them, and takes them on a tour of the underworld where lost souls try to attack them. The hotel owner is Cobb. His son-in-law Mal works as the desk clerk, and the bartender is Fiona. These three will play important roles in M's life. M wants peace and quiet, no crowds. Fiona helps him find his room. Later, M walks into the woods and finds the very tree where his father once photographed his mother. He scatters his parents' ashes at the roots of that tree. On his way back, he meets Jerry, a homeless man, drinking milk infused with mushrooms. They have a genuine conversation, and M finds himself liking the man. That night, M tells Fiona the ending of his novel. The soldier kills the boy, but the bottle still does not break, and he wanders the desert until he dies. Fiona hates this ending. She says it is too bleak, and she would never read a novel that ends this way. Then M opens up. He tells her his mother visited this very hotel. She always wanted to return, but one day on her way home from work, someone shot her in the face. The killer was caught, but was too young to be properly punished. His father then fell apart, drowned himself in alcohol, and died early. Fiona tells M that the honeymoon suite has been locked for years. People say a witch is trapped inside, locked away by Cobb himself. Fiona desperately wants to get inside and see the witch. She has a folklore book which says, if chased by a witch, draw a circle with chalk, and you will be safe. Bellboy Albie recognizes M as a famous writer, and praises his work endlessly, which only irritates M. Albie dreams of becoming a writer himself, and asks M to read his manuscript. M mocks him and presses a hot spoon against his hand, telling him to wake up from his fantasy. That night, Fiona goes to return M's recorder and his mother's photograph, but he does not answer the door. She calls Albie to open it with a spare key. Inside, they find M hanging. M is dreaming, trapped in a lift, and then his mother's ghost appears. He wakes with a start, safely in a hospital. He returns to the hotel. Mal tells him Fiona saved his life. But Fiona is now missing, gone for a week since the Halloween party, with no trace. The police are looking for Jerry, because 10 years ago, his wife died under mysterious circumstances, and he is now the prime suspect. M starts to leave, but Fergal warns him, go to the airport while you still look like your passport photo. This unsettles M. He stops by the woods. Inside a van, he finds Fiona's folklore book. And then, Jerry appears. Jerry confesses, yes, he killed his wife. She was suffering terribly from illness, and it was the only way to end her pain. Jerry then explains that one night, while sneaking into the hotel to steal sleeping pills, he heard the honeymoon suite bell ringing. He saw Fiona's ghost, pointing, calling him there. Tonight, once the hotel empties out, he plans to break in and look for her. He has already stolen the key. M decides to go with him. That night, the two enter the hotel. Jerry goes to get the crossbow for safety, but Fergal was waiting in ambush. He knocks Jerry unconscious, throws him in his van, and drives away. M hides just in time. Once Fergal is gone, M hears the honeymoon suite bell ringing. He unlocks the lift and goes up. Inside the suite, an old dirty pool, a large bed, and an antique alarm clock that rings every hour. M drinks and eventually falls asleep. In his dream, a devastating memory surfaces. As a child, he was playing with his father's gun when it accidentally fired and the bullet struck his mother. She came to him and hugged him one last time. This truth is so heavy that he has carried it silently for years. Mal arrives. Cobb was worried about the missing keys. M returns them. Mal urges him to leave quickly, but M notices a small freight lift. Mal tries to stop him, but it is too late. The lift opens, and inside is Fiona's dead body. Mal locks the door and escapes. M is trapped inside. Fiona's recorder holds her final messages. On Halloween night, Mal had slipped something into her tea. When she fell ill, he carried her to the lift and sent her down to the basement, where she slowly died over days with nothing. And the reason? She was pregnant with Mao's child, and Mao was terrified of his father-in-law finding out. M searches for an escape route. He finds loose screws and begins working on them. Then, sounds rise from the basement. Fiona's own recording warned that something terrifying was down there. M rigs the old alarm clock to the lift button and times it carefully. The lift comes up. He places Fiona's body inside with respect. Then, he descends into the basement himself. Darkness. Strange objects hanging. Writing on the walls. A piece of chalk on the floor. He picks it up. And then, the witch appears. He sprints to the lift, leaps in, and rides up. The witch claws her way after him. He locks himself in the bathroom. With the chalk, he draws a circle around the bed and jumps onto it. The witch circles outside the ring, laughing. She cannot cross. Morning arrives. M is safe. Mao returns. Jerry had escaped from the van. Mao tries to steer M toward the airport. But M rings the sweet bell as a signal. Jerry had come back, remembering Fiona's words, never ignore something that feels wrong. Something felt wrong. Jerry grabs an axe and forces Mao to hand over the keys. He goes upstairs, breaks open the door, and reunites with M. But at that moment, Mao shoots Jerry with a crossbow. Jerry falls dead. Mao goes downstairs and sets the hotel on fire. But the gate key is now with M. M takes the freight lift down, with Fiona's body beside him, her eyes seeming to guide him. He reaches the basement. Mao follows, searching for the key. He sets down the crossbow to grab it, and in that instant, the witch seizes him in chains and drags him toward a door. The door of hell opens, and Mao is pulled inside. M's chain is also binding him, but his mother's spirit appears. She tells him it was an accident. She always knew, and he cannot stay here. He finds his cutter in his pocket. He cuts the chain and breaks free. He rides the lift back up. Fiona's eyes are now closed. Her soul has found peace. M makes it downstairs, unlocks the gate, but collapses from smoke inhalation. Fergal had returned. A voice guides him toward M. He carries M out to safety. In the hospital, Albie visits. He now works at an ice cream parlor. He confesses that he had spiked M's drink with Jerry's mushrooms out of anger, and apologizes. This time, M agrees to read his manuscript. Fiona and Jerry's remains were found in the hotel. Mal is still missing, and M decides to write a new ending for his novel. In the new ending, the soldier cannot bring himself to kill the boy. He tells him, "Hit me with the bottle. Don't stop. Take the map and find the way. You don't need me." But the boy cannot do it either. He throws the bottle away. The two embrace each other in the sand. And at that very moment, the bottle opens on its own. That was the full recap of Hokum 2026. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.